Why is US dollar is so different from other currencies? History of money and trade. Money was originally an instrument of exchange that was trusted with collateral. How did it end up being unsecured? Money at the beginning was proof of ownership of property. Money was originally made of precious metals that were difficult to counterfeit and became a trusted exchange rate. Because it was heavy and impractical to carry, then it became a piece of paper receipt as proof of ownership of precious metals and property or commodities that are deposited in government warehouses in China during Song Dynasty from 9th century to 12th century. This receipt is a securities as proof of ownership, which is later used as paper money. Gold as standard for global currency. All countries initially used gold as standard for the issuance of money. The more money is issued, the value will decrease if the gold reserve does not increase. Likewise with the US dollar, which is used as a currency for international trade since 1944, initially was also linked to gold standard. US dollar free from gold standard. On August 15, 1971, President Nixon decided that US dollar was free from link to gold standard. By not linking to gold, US dollar only depends on the money market from supply and demand. As long as there is still demand for US dollar as an international trading currency, it will remain stable in value, especially by oil exporting countries' transactions with petrodollars reserves. The US dollar is the world's foreign trade reserve since 1944. All trade between countries was agreed to use US dollar as standard trade currency. To do so, every country must have US dollar as foreign exchange reserves for import and export between countries, especially oil-producing countries that are the largest users of US dollar foreign exchange reserves called petrodollar. 70% US dollar is outside of America. Because US dollar is a foreign exchange reserve, the US currency is printed according to the needs of US dollar foreign exchange reserves around the world. In general, other currencies cannot add money at will. If 100% more money is printed, its value will drop to 50%, except for US dollar. Usually if a company or someone who wants to borrow must provide a guarantee or collateral. But it is different with America, which is like a bank, where every country has to deposit money indirectly to America by buying US dollar as foreign exchange reserves. Up to 70% of US dollar is outside America as foreign exchange reserves. America is like the world's casino. Simple analogy is that the US dollar is like casino chip that every player must use in casino. The casino chips function like trade reserve currency. In casino, player must convert money into casino chips, just as traders must convert to US dollar for international trade. The amount of player money that is converted for chips can be greater than the casino's wealth, and the player's wealth is deposited into the casino treasury without the need to issue debt securities or guarantees by the casino. Today, 70% of US dollar is circulating outside America as foreign exchange reserves, especially in oil exporting countries in the Middle East with very large petrodollar reserves. This is the same as 70% of the casino chips are on the casino gambling floor, or 70% of casino wealth is players' money. What if the casino loses? As long as the player still hold on to the chips and doesn't stop playing, the casino will still be fine even if it loses. Or as long as the world still holds 70% of the US dollar in circulation as foreign exchange reserves for trade, America will not experience financial difficulties. Even though it's been years of loss or deficit, US dollar value will still be stable due to US dollar demand for trading, especially the petrodollars. Of course, unless all 70% of the US dollar circulating on the world market are asked to be converted back into their respective currencies, America would be in a financial crisis or bankrupt. It's like a casino that lives on 70% of the players' money. The power of petrodollar. The worst-case scenario is if the oil country no longer trades with petrodollars or uses other currencies. Then the US dollar will no longer dominate, and America will no longer be able to arbitrarily freeze payments to hostile countries. It's like a casino that can simply not to pay players and confiscate all of the players' chips. What's worse, if the world is at peace without conflict and war, then the arms industries in America will lack of exports and result in a trade deficit that will grow even bigger. What if a world war occurs? If the conflict becomes a nuclear war, America as the center of the world's financial and trade system will collapse by the destruction of the electronic and physical network infrastructure centered in New York. The world will start from a new system before America's recovery, which will not be easy. Especially if Europe, America and Russia all suffer the destruction of nuclear bombs, it means the world has lost an advanced civilization consisting of 11% Europeans, 5% Americans and 2.5% Russian. So this is the end of Western civilization with their never-ending conflicts throughout their history.